You're entertaining the idea, I think it's more than an idea now, of going to the Worlds of Brazil.
Just the aura of seeing all these nations, and particularly the Italians, Spanish and the Portuguese. They might shoot a small fish, they will pick it up. Like Simba kind of like, and the whole crowd just explodes. That time of day, where's the bait, tide, current, as you know, everything. You can't see the bombing sometimes because the red bait's just all over.
I love that.
It's all throughout the city. I've had instances where I haven't pulled the trigger on big fish, and potentially record fish, because it wasn't the right circumstance. I know where you live. I'll come back another day. The caps at 3 per country, 20 countries. I said to Tim, in order to do it, like, I need a team, like not just the Australian team, I need a personal team, because all the top teams over there have no less than a dozen people. I'll call it now, I would love to get top 20.
Yeah.
Like that'd be
sick. That'd be achievement. The amount of money involved is not insignificant. Guys, get behind Bryson with his effort to try and do this World Cup. That would be absolutely amazing.
Hey, g'day, welcome to the Noob Spearo podcast. My name is Shrek, and we're off to interview another spearfishing expert from around the globe, this time in my own backyard. It is northern New South Wales with Bryson Sheehy. This man is about to embark on one hell of a journey. He's headed to the World Championships, the World Spearfishing Championships in Brazil. And this episode's a little bit of a chance to let you know how to get involved and support Bryson. So you might want to know a little bit more by the time you listen to his story. But he's been on the podcast before with Tim McDonald. They won the Australian Spearfishing Champs a couple of years back as a duo. This time Bryson's headed off to Brazil, and you can find his fundraising efforts right here at teamdownunder.com. If you want to see Bryson's journey, choosing gear, training up, and getting ready for a very unique comp in Brazil, go to Spearfishing Down Under YouTube channel with Tim McDonald. They're documenting the journey, and one of the prizes of Bryson's raffles is actually spending a day spearfishing with Bryson and Tim as well. So check that out again at teamdownunder.com. I'm not going to harp on it too much. I've got a really cool voice message from Mick following episode 300, and there are a few more messages that have trickled in as well. Really just appreciate the love, guys. We've signed on probably another 5 or 6 patrons, so a massive thanks to you guys. If you're interested, go to patreon.com/noobspearo, and you can put fuel in the Noob Spearo outboard on a month-by-month basis. It goes a long way. But again, teamdownunder.com. We'll listen to Mick's voice message, and then we'll get into this episode, a full interview with Bryson Sheehy, proper frother, and headed to the Worlds in Brazil. Here we go.
Hey, Shreko. A little late to the party, mate, but hey, congratulations on the 300. Here's to another 300 more, eh? Yeah, I'm just resting a bit of a throat injury at the moment, which sucks. I haven't been in the water, but yeah, just wanted to pass on a bit of a hot tip just for the new guys and people getting into it. Basically, when you're loading your spear, always make sure that your rubbers are equal length on the back of the spear so that your bridle's even. One thing I learned when I started out was if I was throwing shots, a lot of the time it was because the bridle was uneven. I had one rubber a little bit further up than the other, and it's going to push that spear one direction or the other. Other than that, a bit of a funny one. So the throat injury, I mean, I don't know, you can edit it out if you want, but basically the throat injury is from having a little bit too much fun with your partner. So guys and girls, just take it easy on each other in the bedroom, because fractured throats are not much fun, and I'd way rather be diving than dealing with this. So anyway, stay wet, stay stoked, and keep it alive, guys. Ciao.
This episode of the Noob Spearo podcast is brought to you by Astard Pole Spears. Use the code Noob Spearo for free shipping anywhere in the world. At Astard, they honour the ocean, taking only what they need and leaving it as pristine as the armour have for generations. Check it out at astard.co. Equipped with a slip-tip stainless steel leader, dynamic cord for versatility and durability, made from absolute premium materials, no mucking around, 630 stainless steel, carbon fibre and titanium. Manufactured in Japan, hand-assembled in Australia and Japan, the Astard roller pole spear delivers unmatched performance, combining functionality, durability and tradition. Get into it at astard.co, astard.co. Check it out. Pole spears to just die for. I've got to give you the hot tip. Check them out. Use the code NoobSpearo. Free shipping anywhere on the planet. Check them out. Are you US based? Looking for freediving, spearfishing gear? Neptonics is the best. Their online website, so easy to use. If you've got any questions, Jerry and the team answer questions via phone, email. Anyway, they've got an easy contact form on the site. These guys are absolute legends, and if they sell it, they believe in it, they back it, they use it themselves. It's tough gear that works. Visit neptonics.com. Use the code NOOB10 to save 10% on any order at neptonics.com. That's right, use the code NOOB10, N-O-O-B 10 on your next order. Save 10% at neptonics.com. Today's Noob Spearo podcast is brought to you in partnership with Adreno. Live it, breathe it with the world's largest dive store. Huge range of equipment, always growing, always changing. They are the world's largest dive store. They are available just about everywhere. They have hassle-free returns, massive range of equipment, price match guarantee, and you can check them out online. You can even use the code NoobSpearo to save $20 on every purchase over 200 at adreno.com.au. Check them out. Boom! All right, legends. We're in the house of Bryson and Nicky. Nicky, how come you haven't forced her into a name change? How thoroughly unchauvinistic of you.
Yeah, she takes her time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not starting something because it's touchy subject.
Is it?
That's a touchy subject.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Do you want me to start on the top?
She's got to pay the extra $10 for the record application to change the name.
No, it's a lot of paperwork, eh?
Yeah, sorry to touch on it.
I can't say I've changed my name, so I'll complain.
Anyway, Bryson was overwhelmed about coming on the Noob Spirit podcast, and he actually made Nicky do his eyebrows just for this episode, so freshly done.
And we never let the truth get in the way of the story.
No, I was actually laughing because Nicky wanted to do his eyebrows, and my wife does the same with my long, odd hairs that grow out of nowhere. How they go on the dive mask? Those odd hairs.
If anyone's got any spare Technicide micro masks, just DM me.
They stopped making them, eh?
Yeah.
Was that the mask Tim uses as well?
Yeah, and then it was just like a communal use of crazy Technicide masks in my boat for years until they stopped making them, and then they slowly kind of just disappeared.
Is that company still going, or what's the story with him?
Spanner would know. He's like the
European gear guy expert now.
He sends me masks, which is great.
Yeah.
And I think a company has now purchased the moulds or whatever for them.
So they're going to come out again.
But I don't know where that's at.
Oh.
And also, Spanner has found. He sent me 2 masks the other day. I used a Spetten version of the micro mask the other day, and it a bit too much pressure here.
Yeah.
But then he sent me another one. I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Spanner's
right onto it.
I was going to make a Greek joke about big noses or whatever.
Well, they're designed for that.
Mm.
You've got this massive like snorkel spot in those micro masks.
Yeah, right.
You could fill them up with silicone. You probably get an extra few meters of depth.
Yeah.
So you need to equalise all the air that's in there.
Let's actually. How do you go with depth and equalising?
Yeah.
Because you've never done any formal freediving training. Tim hasn't either, but you guys both do some deep stuff.
It's funny, like Tim and I did a Trocus trip years ago, and the majority of it is breath hold. But
Was this off Mackay?
Yeah, it was off the hard line.
Yeah.
You got a nice yellow there actually on that trip, and a little bit is on hooker, and so put Tim on the hooker, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I can hands-free equalise." I'm like, "Fuck you, Tim," and but he can't do it breath hold.
Yeah.
And I've got no formal training of equalising at all. Nicky's got a good friend who specialises in freediving and equalisation training.
Oh, okay.
And years ago, there was talks, like I talked about doing worlds over in the Med and stuff like that, and she's like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to equalise and go through all that kind of training." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, when we get around to it." Then we went to Port Hedland and hopes and dreams just died. But I can, when I first dove 30 metres, I started to get a little bit of throat pressure in that, but that gradually goes away. And then I think they call it your residual volume.
Yeah.
But that's just through, what do they call this one? Is it Frenzel?
Frenzel,
that one?
Frenzel's if you like your glottis and you're using your tongue as a piston to equalise.
I think I do that. Or
Yeah.
I definitely, I know I definitely do that,
that's
but I don't know what I do with the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I can dive to 54 metres just doing that.
Yeah.
And then I hit my limit. Like, I can't, there's nothing left to do. I've been told that it's normal, like 30, 35 metres.
Yeah. Supposedly, like men's residual volume's like 30, 35. Women's is normally 25 to 30.
Yeah.
But Tim was listening to me equalise on some deeper stuff a little while ago because we were diving together, and he's said it sounds like you're having trouble equalising when you get to about this depth. And I think he's actually right. So I think mine's like a lack of flexibility in my chest. I'm just not taking enough fuel down with me. But like it's interesting, like it sounds like over time your body's become accustomed to it and adapted a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not sure what Tim's limit is because we dove about the same depth that day.
He told me his has changed since he broke all his ribs playing touch and stuff. And because you guys haven't done any formal training, I find it really interesting because when you do freediving, as soon as you start bumping up against that residual volume, let's just say it's 30 metres, most of them will start teaching you mouthful. So have you...
I might do that.
Yeah, you might.
I don't know.
But basically, like, you bring air up from your chest into your mouth, into your cheeks, and they call that a charge, holding a charge. Then you lock your throat, and you're using that air in your cheeks to do all the equalising past where it is you take that charge. But with spearfishing, and particularly us guys down south, maybe they in the Med where there's more formal training around this stuff, they don't do it. But we just have these maladaptive, arguably, ways of doing it. But so many guys, like you don't need to dive like this to go spearfishing.
Oh, God, no.
So like you're talking about a really small subset of people, but that's why I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah, it's something that I would like to learn more about.
Yeah.
Especially if I went to concentrate, on a Worlds campaign that is deep. But then there's another problem that you don't know what your limit is, and that's the bends. And I remember years ago...
Have you been there?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Tim and I dove deep one day, and then I went out for dinner that night, and I never drink wine, and for some reason wine was poured, and I had a sip of wine, and then I was trying to put my food in my mouth, and I missed my mouth with the fork.
Yeah, right. So symptoms.
That's probably the only real indicator. I was a bit like, oh, that's odd. And I mean, I've had a few like tingles in my arms, but it's more like when you might raise your arm. Like I'll be laying down, and I might raise my arm like around shoulder height.
That's symptoms, though. Have you chatted with guys about this?
Not really. Hey,
because I think Ray's the guy to chat with about it.
Ray's definitely a walking study case. Good friend of mine, Jason, in America, got severely bent on the second flight coming home. We're going to America from Mexico. Yeah. Super bent. Like super bent.
Scuba or just...
both. Scuba, but yeah, it was a...
Mixed cocktail.
There was an unfortunate series of events where his girlfriend shot a big cube bear and holed up in 30 metres and he had to go and get it.
Yeah.
But the first flight was fine. The second flight got him. I don't know why, but he's talked with Ray a fair bit. And then I talked to...
So they put him in the chamber?
He's been in heaps. And the chamber does
help
a massive amount of healing for anything.
I
had another friend who lost hearing in one of his ears, diver, but it didn't happen during diving. And he went and saw Busby, which is a local ear, nose, throat specialist in Tubing Hospital there.
Is he good?
He's good. So if there's like any divers in the area, Busby is very hot.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, all right, to the chamber. And he's like, what? No, I haven't been diving, mate. And he's like, no, just go to the chamber. And like back 10 years ago, like he's a younger guy, like mid-30s guy, so he's still obviously relevant in the industry. And yeah, he had one session, boom, speed it up. You can
Yeah,
get it
right.
here again.
I've been reading a little bit about hyperbaric medicine too. It's very interesting because you're on like 92% O2, and then obviously they're taking you down to wherever they take you down to pressure-wise, and then bring you back up slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it. It does seem to have some miraculous type properties on different injuries. It's
And scar tissue healing.
Yeah.
Like it's good for that. They'll take you down to your the oxygen toxicity limit.
yeah.
They'll take you down to that, bring you back up slowly. But then you talk to the other end of the spectrum, talk to the slug divers, and man, they've got some stories.
Yeah, what about being
Like
there?
guys just crying in the middle of the night in pain
Yep.
and falling unconscious. So the skipper wakes up, gets out of bed, puts his wetsuit on. The boys get the other guy dressed in a wetsuit, middle of the night, throw him in the piss with a G tank, which is a G-size bottle.
Yeah.
He's unconscious by this stage. The skipper goes down, holds the reg in his mouth while he's just breathing normally. Holds the reg in his mouth for like 45 minutes or an hour, and he comes to and he's a bit more conscious. And then the skipper goes up and leaves him down there on the bottle. We might go through a couple bottles.
Wow.
Like insane stories.
And then just gradually bring them up, like doing
Yeah.
like safety stops.
Yeah.
Like,
So, but if you're breathing 100% O2, the safety limit is 6 metres because of the partial pressures.
yeah.
But they're telling me stuff like doing like pure deco at 15 metres and breathing them up.
Yeah.
Because the pressure's more, but it goes way beyond the
Yeah.
safety of tables.
Yeah, I started geeking out on a little bit of that stuff, but I didn't even do nitrox, which was all the rage back when I did my instructors in the late 90s. But all of this stuff's really interesting. Like, and you get into the physiology of it, like you start having to understand Boyles and Daltons and all these weird principles, like just the way liquid gas turns to liquid, and it's a wild area of science. Yeah.
And
so your personal experiences, you've experienced some symptomology by the sound of it.
I think so, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I talked to Dave Mullins when we were at Indo-Pacifics in Tahiti.
Yeah.
Vin and I talked to him, and he was very knowledgeable on the subject. Obviously, he would have to be up there with some of the deepest spearfishermen in the world. I think he's able to shoot fishing like 80 metres at something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which just blows my mind. I just start like my gears just start turning like, all right, where am I going?
Yeah.
What do I want to kill if I can shoot? Like,
you get bass and
massive harp hooker,
Yeah.
bass, massive striped trumpeter, like all the fucking like rusty jobfish. Sorry, not rusty. Rosy, gold bands, sharpies, that stuff. Like
snapper and pearlies galore.
big pearlies, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Some good stuff. But
Do you feel a sense of limitation when it comes to depth with spearfishing? And how do you think we should all think about that?
do I feel it a limit?
Yeah, like do you brush up against the limits of your capability, and are you frustrated by that? And how do you feel that all of us should feel about it?
I don't get frustrated by it. I know that good fish do come up shallow sometimes and at the right time of year or the right conditions, and you've got to learn about that. And yeah, you've got to work all that stuff out. So you can shoot, like you can shoot striped trumpeter in Australia. Not easily, but there's guys out there that have nutted it out. And I guess that also leads into, do you get tour guided and don't feel that sense of achievement by figuring it out yourself?
Yeah.
Or do you just go, nah, I'm going to spend the time and do it myself, and then you've got that knowledge forever, and you can share it with people who then, or you can take it to people who you trust. Yeah, so...
I want to come back and revisit that idea of spoon feeding or being guided and not having to do a lot of that thinking for yourself versus figuring it all out for yourself. I want to come up against that idea again in a sec. But with regards to thinking about depth and what we're capable of, and in general what other people are capable of, because we're all very different. How do you feel that that's going in spearfishing these days? Are guys thinking, is it overemphasised? Obviously, and I want to hear your broad ideas about how we can all think about this and do it safely or do it cleverly.
I think like you see on like the Southern Queensland spearfishing page, you might get a new guy come in and go, oh, what depth do I need to be able to do to shoot fish, blah, blah, blah. Other than that, maybe it's because my circle's so close that I don't see much of that these days. But I'm sure it's still a common theme around adolescent males because it's definitely like, I guess that teenage to, mid-20s, sometimes late 20s.
So you think it's frontal lobe development?
Well, whatever that is.
And testosterone.
And personality, like people.
Yeah.
Like there's still guys out there that need to put a picture up of everything they shoot to show how good they are and stuff like that. But I guess the jealousy type of people might be like that. Oh, he shot this fish, well, I need to dive that deep to shoot.
Yeah. It's overly simplistic, isn't it?
But you just, you don't have to dive deep. But once you learn that,
I have an almost pathological aversion now to watching videos where they put the depth in.
Yeah, in Australia, I think that's a bad thing. I bet there's a couple of guys. There's a guy that fishes the Straits of Gibraltar. I see some of his videos on Instagram. He puts the depth in, which is handy because it's pretty dusty water that he's going in these holes and shooting these gropers. Got a good one now, they're like 36 kilos or something. I think his name's Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus maybe over there.
Yeah, probably, but I'd say do well with Tim if his name was Jesus. And I remember some of the old school South African videos had the diver, the scale on the side. And I was like, I can appreciate that because at least I know the kind of terrain depth they're hunting over there.
Yeah.
But don't need to see it here.
Yeah. I just think it emphasises the wrong aspects. Like, I just think of, like you say, that cohort of guys, they're in their early 20s, high prey drive, competitive, probably got a level of physical ability and confidence, and then all of a sudden they're watching it thinking, oh, that's what I need to do to be like Bryson. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I just think it's the wrong thing to emphasise. Like, it's super cool that people can do it, but they don't really realise what goes into being able to do it either. Time. Yeah. Like, but decision making as well, though. Like, that develops over time.
There's that too, and there's if you're on the bottom, 25 metres of water, and you're chasing difficult fish to shoot, and it's right on that edge, keeps coming in there and in there, you got to have the mental strength to pull yourself off the bottom and just say, another day.
Yeah.
I'll be back here another day. And that's how I've done it in the past. And it might be the last day before I go back to work for 3 weeks. And I'm like, well, it's going to be the end of the season by the time I get back. I'm like, next year.
I wrote about the scarcity mindset the other day because, like, I feel like the poverty mindset, like, when you don't have a lot of opportunity and those opportunities are very special, like when you see an amazing fish, there's a real strong temptation to just try and make of it more than, do you know what I mean? To redline yourself.
Yeah.
It's there, it's ever present, whatever level of spearfishing you do, whether you're still punching trout in 12 metres and 15s, and you see that bigger trout down in 16 metres, like that, whatever level of spearfishing you're at, that temptation's always there. How have you pushed up against that, and what have you learned about yourself?
Just trying to think. I've had instances where I haven't pulled the trigger on big fish and potentially record fish because it wasn't the right circumstance. It was hard, but I was like, I know where you live. I'll come back another day. and Tim and I still, there's a couple of things that we've still got to do. We know what it is, we know where it is. But it's like, just got to find the time to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
But if you like, in that example, the same trout in 15 when you're a 12-minute diver, those trout are going to come up. What time of day, where's the bait, tide, current, There's trout that move around. Like you look at example Fitzroy Reef on the group, gets flogged. Flogged, absolutely plastered. But there is still big trout in the shallows on its day.
Yeah. Yeah.
They move.
Mm.
And you just got to get there on the right day.
Mm. There's been some controversy lately. Some research recently came out of the Great Barrier. I'm not sure if you've seen it, about the spillover effect and the positive benefits of it. And they think that the spillover is greater than previously assumed. Do you have opinions on this?
Yeah, there's probably the best working case scenario would be Northwest Island, area. It's half a green zone, gets campers on it all the time, and campers, I know they go visit the other reefs around, but if it's blowing a southerly and you're camping there for 2 weeks, what are you going to do? You're going to flog the lee side of that island.
Yep.
And you cost a flogging, and they still pull great fish out.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen big jacks shot there. Like, it just defies reasoning why they're there. And it's got to be because that green zone right there.
Yeah.
And Trine Island's like a couple of miles to the northeast or whatever. Like, and that's a green zone.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. And the currents in the bucket group do some strange things.
Well, the way they distribute fish and
how they distribute fish, even though it's classic, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And, it's how the Wallies found Sue Docker years ago when they lost her in the national titles there.
I'm going to get her on the podcast and tell that story.
The story's mental. I read the book about it the other day.
Yeah, I've got the book, and I just need to do a bit more research. It's one of those ones I want to go and prep for. That story should be known by every spearer in Australia.
I think so too. She's such a nice lady.
Yeah.
She's still involved in the game, loves it, froths it, all that stuff.
Sick.
Yeah.
Good friends with Gunter, so he was teeing it up. We might do a live one down there in Sydney or something.
Gunter's, if you get him talking, he is, and the stories that man's got.
Yeah.
Ask him about the time that the boat flipped in Tasmania.
Oh, he told me some of them, like going through fog at bloody 100-something kilometres an hour, and you can see 2 metres in front of the boat.
Because he actually holds the Sydney to Hobart record, but the yachties won't have it because he just did it in a powerboat, but still the Sydney to Hobart record.
Yeah.
The story about that,
it's insane.
But he's got wealth of knowledge, because I went to Peru with him in 2014. And
he was
such a mentor for the game.
Yeah.
Everything like that. He was brilliant. And
he's a spearer that's very generous as well personally, but still competes and has competed at the highest level. And he doesn't have any of those scummy attributes that sometimes competitors have. He's just such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's very open, forthcoming with information, and he loves helping like juniors in the sport. And if you're like a half decent person, he'll go out of his way to help.
Yeah. I watched a recent video of Tim Gunter took them out. And then had bull sharks there, and Tim had been told there's no bull sharks down there.
How is that? Let's go down to Sydney and shoot a cobia.
Yeah. I think the locals, that's Tim, isn't it?
Yeah, and I actually really enjoyed watching that video. I do watch all of Tim's videos. I'm a massive Tim Spearfishing Down Under fan.
Well, there's 2 episodes about to come out with me. I think they might put you off.
It might take me a few weeks to catch up on a few, but it's good it comes out every Saturday morning and people kind of know, let's sit down and watch it.
Spearfishing Down Under on YouTube. I'm so glad he's relaunched that channel. And we could talk about how we're getting spearos are getting throttled on social media. I really hope that his channel's not, because some people have said, it's the best spearfishing content in the world. Arguably so. I mean, you watch it, you're just like, wow.
And he's got something like, before he started, then he probably had more now, had like 10 terabytes of footage from all the years.
Well, he's not even putting out the old stuff. This is all.
Yeah,
he's just trying to stay
poor
current.
quality.
Oh, is it?
If you look at today's GoPros, we were running the contour cameras and
What are you running now?
I just run a GoPro. I think we own one.
Are you going to go to Osmo?
What's Osmo?
DJI. Their cameras, I don't know. I just like the footage better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can watch some comparison stuff, but like you put the latest GoPro up against the DJI Osmo, there's not a huge difference. But Osmo's just a little bit more innovative, and like I got real annoyed with some of the firmware issues that we were having with GoPros, and the lack of consistency between models. The housing size went up, and some of them were just glitchier than others. I broke one, like I think 24 hours after I bought one.
Really?
Yeah. I'm clumsy, so I'm not blaming the company, but I like Osmo. I've got the Osmo 5, and I love it.
Do you wear it like you do a GoPro?
Yeah. I haven't figured out how to do that under the snorkel thing that you cool kids do. I just put it under the hood. Yeah, I know. I'm a cabbage. I've figured it out, but the way it sits on my head, it's just loose. I just wear it under my hood.
Yeah, the straps do go.
Yeah. You probably need a new one. Yeah. You like filming?
Yeah.
What do you do with all your footage?
It's on my old computer that I'm not even able to get it off. I think
Literally on his GoPro.
the best people for footage is you just watch Spanner's videos.
Yeah.
Just post all the good stuff I have. And just repost it every couple of weeks. Or it's like, I remember.
There's my footage.
That. Yeah.
Spanner's so good at editing, though. He's such good at filmmaking, he's got a gift for it.
Yeah. Like, I think that still, Tim and I have talked about following each other with the camera. That gives you that best perspective, even though when it's on your head, it's kind of like down the line as if you're doing the shot.
Yeah.
But if there's too many shot sequences, it's just a bit like kill.
Yeah.
Whereas
third person perspective,
I think you can see the body language, what they do, the ground they're hunting, where they're sitting. Although it is hard to get, say, the fish in the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing I noticed about it. Like that 2 meters difference of perspective where you're behind the diver makes a huge difference in terms of what you can and can't see.
Yeah, and then you watch the video and the person editing it has to go, I'm looking at a snapper, and you're explaining, but you're kind of giving it away before the shot.
Yeah. It feels feels like you're giving away the surprise before you should.
Yeah.
It's hard to allude to what they may be hunting towards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But realistically, things that are mid-water that you're going to shoot in a distance are probably going to be a snapper.
Have you tried playing around making your own vids?
Nah.
The learning curve is steep, but I think
if I had good footage, you just give it to Tim.
Yeah, okay.
I can't edit. Nicky can.
Okay. Does Nicky film as well?
Nah. Trying to wear a GoPro on a head to shoot a marlin.
Yeah.
And that's happened twice now.
I kind of admire it to a point. Like,
just like, no, you just follow me.
One thing I like about spearfishing is how single-minded the pursuit is at times. And then when you wear a camera, it just feels like you're doing more stuff than you should be, and you're not focusing on the right things. Even though sometimes all you're doing is making sure the angle's correct and turning the thing on, it just still feels like more stuff to worry about, you know?
Yeah, that's why you tuck it on your snorkel, so you can But if there's a GoPro on the boat and jumping in on a dew hole or a spot that's going to be extra fishy on the sound, I'll be like, can I just wear that for a sec? Just chuck it on. And,
Back to that earlier discussion, getting guided versus learning everything for yourself. Obviously, there's maybe a place for both, isn't there? Because even if you're doing it yourself, you're still probably standing on the shoulders of those that have gone before you in terms of tapping into their knowledge and expertise. Even if they've hinted at stuff, you're putting things together.
Yeah, but are you able to put things together?
Yeah.
You'll get people who be like, I'm cool to get tour guided because I either A, can't be bothered to do the research myself, B, don't have the time, which is another big one, or C, it's just not how they think. It's not their mentality to go and apply themselves to do that. They just want to shoot the fish and put it in their stand hook and you're done.
Stand hook?
Yeah, you're done. And whereas I pretty confidently say, Tim, we look at it as figuring it out.
Yeah.
Where, why, those kind of things. Trying different things. Like, yeah, there's like, just something that comes to the top of my mind. Nick and I are in Tassie, we put up the boat around Beagle Hawk Neck. There was a pro fisherman that just pulled up, blah, 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 and I just asked if there'd been any tuna around. He's like, what, you're going to spear a tuna? I'm like, yeah. And probably want to. And he goes, oh, no, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, I was just going to jump into some burley. And, you know, I know they eat burley. Nah, not here, they don't. You got to troll for them. And I was like, oh, righto. And then the next day, we went out and had him swim around the boat for 8 hours. So, yeah. He's like, only like 4 people have shot him before in Tasmania. I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, it's doable. But, yeah, that was just another case of working it out, applying things that
you know from other places.
Like, listen to locals, but because you can try things.
Yeah. You do have to seem to have this ability to tune in and tune out the right information from the right people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of stitch-ups as well. People will deliberately stitch up.
Yeah, until it gets to a point where you know so much that it's like, you either A, don't know what you're talking about. This is in the back of your mind. You don't know what you're talking about, or you're just feeding me BS.
Yeah. Some bugger sent me a photo the other day of this poor guy coming in over the rocks at Burley Heads in the middle of a surfing comp. Did you see that same footage? And I thought that could have been me like 15 years ago. What did you see when you watched it?
I looked online.
What's he going on that putrid waterfall? Yeah.
And I had another mate send it to me and he goes, I was so keen for a fish, I just had to go. And I was looking at it, like pausing it, trying to zoom in. I'm like, because the guy that sent it to me, I fully believed that he would dive in that.
Yeah.
While there's a surf comp on.
It looked terrible.
I was like, surely not, you did. He's like, nah, I'm only joking. But I was like,
it looked like less than a metre. Like,
oh, yeah. And I've never dove Burley Head myself, but driven past it and looked at it. It goes to sand quite quickly.
Yeah. There's
obviously, you get your headland species and stuff like that. But
a lot of work for not much game. And then the big surf pumping
the chance of getting thrashed as well. Yeah.
Caught inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awful. Yeah, I didn't envy him, but in some ways, like, when I started, I used to do that too. I just used to like, I've got the day off. I'm driving. I'm going out.
That's how you learn.
Yeah. And like, you have those situations where you get smashed in a shore break. They just keep you going. When you started, where did you start, and what got you into it?
I started spearfishing in a hand spear down the south coast of New South Wales, just to the grinding school kind of thing.
Gidgee.
Yeah, just go out shooting mullies.
Yeah.
Just trumpet up, those kinds of things. And then
who'd you go with?
Just my schoolmates down there.
Yeah.
And
any of them stick with it?
They still spearfish now, a little bit.
Yeah.
They're all still down there. Two of them still do it, pretty religiously. But yeah, nothing much of it. Like, they're very good in the local area. They know what they're doing, obviously. But yeah, they shoot some good fish. But not on social media or anything like that. Yeah. But then I moved to the Goldie. I was like 16, and then I saw that it was just a big long beach and thought, oh, there's nothing here. You walk into Sporty's Warehouse, which was the place to hang out at the time, and it's like, oh, where do you go? Oh, you go to Kingy, or you go to the Seaway, or you go to the Sunny Coast, basically, or you got to have a boat.
Yeah.
So, okay, like, there's nothing here, but then we worked out there is a little bit, like, you got the sandbags at Main Beach, which still people shoot good fish off. The Seaway, like, Burley Head, I'm sure. Like, I never went there as a noob or never been there, but I'm sure there's still good fish shot there.
Yeah.
One
thing I like to see is just some accessible spots for the new guys, that maybe can't afford a boat, can barely afford to buy gear.
You just got to drive. Like, how keen are you? Like, Sunny Coast's got some good rock hopping opportunities. Northern New South Wales does too, but it has to be quite flat.
South Coast, though, is like
ample opportunity.
Yeah, heaps
so much protection down there.
Yeah. So you're diving like a lot of nurseries, and then on good days heading out around toward the open water, or
down there.
Yeah.
We were just rock hopping everything Like,
yeah.
I'd never even shot a kingfish by the time I left there.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just all the basic reef species that you get down there.
When did you move north?
About 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, when I went to school in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, just finished there and then knocked about a bit.
And did you meet Spanner?
Just through the club, it would have been. So I joined the Spearfishing Club in about 2006 to 2007. I'm not currently a member, but I should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me in terms of my spearfishing knowledge. Like the guys there, and back then in particular, there was this level of, well, I look at it now, they're probably late 30s or in their 40s guys that had been in the comp scene outside of just the club comps. And they were still keen, they were still diving in conditions that weren't perfect. And like out of Tweed here, it's difficult diving. You become a product of your environment. And I remember chatting to Ray years ago. He was like, if you can dive and shoot fish here, you shoot fish anywhere in the world. I was like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, so I just started going out in a few boats, and then I was fortunate enough that my old man bought a stabby craft, and I flogged that thing.
Yeah.
Flogged it, broke it, like so many times. And I just learned, and I dived with a couple of older club or ex-club guys, and I learned a little bit from them, and I started doing my own thing. But I'd always been able to, I don't know, I had a black and white Furuno sounder. Like, that's what I had. But I don't know why or how, but I wanted to just map out where I was diving through sounding around, and I learned how to read the sound. I didn't know how to adjust settings, like that was well beyond me.
Yeah.
But I could see when there was overhangs, where there was bait, and then obviously by getting in, I'm then interpreting what I'm seeing on the sound.
Yeah.
And then I worked it out, and just started diving with a few crew out of here, and diving more and more and more, and just gaining knowledge, shooting better fish, and then like I kept hearing about this Tim guy, but we'd never bumped into each other, and I wasn't going to go and chase him down because I didn't need to have fanboy status or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how I do know before I kind of come on the scene, a guy, Gareth Lowe, he spearfished out of here a lot, and he knows a lot of information. He's a very good diver. I dived a lot with him, and we used to shoot some really good fish together, and he lived like 200 metres from Kenya Drop boat ramp. So it's like back to his, a few beers, get your fish cooked at scales, pass out, wake up next morning, go diving again. all day, and benders for like a week at a time.
Oh, wow.
Not alcoholic benders as much.
Diving benders.
As much diving benders.
Yeah.
Like proper.
That's how you get good though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And the trips we used to do. And anyway, G was out diving one day in his boat flipped Fidos.
Go to aqualite.com.au and get yourself a box of sachets. You just simply add them to water. It's less than $1.28 per serve. Cheaper and healthier than any other sports drinks on the market. Aqualite will make a difference in your spearfishing. Check it out at aqualite.com.au. Use the code NoobSpearo to save 10% on any order. Check it out. Aqualite, made in Western Australia. I consulted a bunch of legends to help me put together this program, including Adam Stern, Australian freediving legend, Jared Rosenberg from Earth and Ocean Fit, and Dr. Jaap Verbaas, author of Longer and Deeper, as well as a bunch of others to help me put together a 50-day program that will get you results. And I know it works. We've put a bunch of groups through this now, and people have seen huge improvements and landed on a charter or a trip and actually been able to tap into some of their best spearfishing fitness. Check it out at noobspearo.com/spearready. Jump in a 50-day program to make the most. If you are 2 months out from that trip of a lifetime, let me encourage you, get spear ready. Go to noobspearo.com/spearready. When a spearfishing community get together, it's amazing what we can achieve. And 99 Spear Recipes is testament to that. It's a crowdsourced seafood cookbook from our spearfishing community. More than 72 legends contributed 158 recipes to make possibly the world's best and greatest, and 100% most actionable seafood cookbook on the entire planet. Check it out, 99 Spearo Recipes, available at every good retailer, also up on noobspearo.com or internationally at amazon.com. Check it out, 99 Spearo Recipes.
And he tells me about this day, so I was on. I had a 10 kilo parrot, a 10 kilo jobfish, big jack, like all these like amazing fish. Like, and he's like, the guy flipped the boat. They're gone. And he doesn't need to lie. Gee. And this Tim guy was drifting photos like a couple of days later or whatever. And he's like, there's the flipper, there's the gun. Like I don't think the boat was on the bottom. I think they recovered it. Tim obviously didn't tell me, but yeah, Tim found all the gear.
Oh, wow.
And then he had his number, Gareth had his number, and I don't know, somehow I might have actually called Tim and I was like, "Hey, is this Tim? Like, I'm diving tomorrow, like I need him." I don't know, I can't remember how this happened. We went diving.
Yeah.
The first day we ever went diving together, but even now, but back then, shot pearl perch. So I was like, I've got this area I want to dive to, I've never checked it out before. And he's like, yep, no worries, let's go check it out. He turned his GPS. He had marks that he wanted to dive off Tweed. I think we just turned the GPS off for when we dove the marks each other had. And that was at the start. And then I think Tim shot a dogtooth that day. Big parrot. And then I remember we come into the spot and the mate Nick comes up and he goes, "Oh, there's this school of dew on the bottom. I can't get close to them." And I was like, I look out and you can see the rock that wasn't a rock, it was just jewfish on sand. And so Tim just dives down, sits on the bottom and juicing up to him and he pops like 9 kilo dew. So, all right, we're starting to get a few fish in the boat here and we end up having a great day. At the end, I think that the current was uphill. It turned uphill and I was like, I said, I really want to go to this reef. I haven't dived it much. And he's like, do you think it'll work in an uphill? I'm like, let's just see. I shot 31.6 kilo mackerel. I got to the surface and I was like, big mackerel. And then like before I got my head in the water, there's Tim with arms and legs just jumped over the side to just follow me, to assist me. And the guys just had the boat. Anyway, I managed to land that fish. Got a good photo of it, and that was kind of like the start of the end. And then from then on, it's like, we dive in the suit, yep. And it's like, where are you? Oh, I'm at Agnes. He goes, oh, cool, whatever. How about we go here from there? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I was on dive benders, and Tim would just be like, I think we should go here, or we should go here, or where do you think we should go? Let's look at this. So I'm like, all right. So we started nutting out areas of interest, the Queensland coast, here and stuff like that.
Birds of a feather flock together. Is there a similar saying for fish?
Yeah, well, in terms of mindset for fish, yeah. But we had just both like chasing the exact same fish.
So that was the bromance with Tim. Like we've kind of had some technical issues here, but that was kind of where the origins for it come from.
Yeah.
And if guys want to listen, like I chatted with you and Tim about your experience winning the Nationals a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's a few years ago now. Feels weird to say that. Yeah. But that was really memorable because Bryson and Tim pretty much walked through 3 days of comp. And I really enjoyed listening to that being a fly on the wall because like a multi-day comp like that, it's like there's so many twists and turns. So, but while we're talking comps too, you're entertaining the idea, I think it's more than an idea now, of going to the Worlds of Brazil.
Yeah. Went to Peru Worlds in 2014.
Yep.
Learned a lot. Like, that's before I gone through, and Adam Smith came in with as well, so it was good to have those two guys on the team. So, there's so much information, so many dead fish between those two guys that they can apply their knowledge, and they've both done the southern diving, and Adam in particular has done a lot of tropical diving, obviously. So it was really good to, and just the aura of seeing all these nations, and particularly the Italians, Spanish and the Portuguese, they they are very vocal.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, like they might shoot a small fish, but it's an unusual fish for the comp. Like they will pick it up and go like Simba, kind of like, and the whole crowd just explodes. And then like say if it's the Spanish team, they'll all turn around and like
this is the way.
Clap the crowd on. Like it's full on.
Oh wow!
Full on.
So it's like a communal weigh-in. So it's like takes it beyond just Spearos and into the broader.
The crowd, like everyone just gets in on it. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of passion and hate between some countries, but
I've heard.
It's amazing, and I'd love for Nikki to experience it. Obviously, I'd need her help in coordinating things ashore, and obviously just having it exit. It's so much time away from family. But and I said to Tim, I was like, Tim, like we've got to go. Like, how about I do this one and I'll support you in the next one, because there's a rumour that it could be in the Keys in Florida. And I was like, that would suit you more. And I had a little bit of look at water temperature and like thermoclines in Brazil here. And unfortunately, they don't get current there at the islands, apparently.
Wow.
But it's very similar to Tweed. I don't know if it is volcanic, but it looks to be volcanic rock, which is what's out here. And I was hoping it would have like a good amount of current on it, because the Euro guys, when I've had them here, they don't like it. So it might have given me a little bit of, like myself, any of the Kiwis, Tahitians have got some. We're in Tahiti. It was all volcanic where they had the civics. It wasn't the coral and fringe and reef. It was.
They sound hard to beat.
They're amazing to watch in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned. On the second day, we actually had their names are Del and Rahiti. They pair up nearly every weekend and just slay fish, and they're like clockwork, one up, one down, one down. But they're calm and they're slow and they're collected, and they're not using big guns. They're not using anything fancy.
Just efficient killers.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, right. Do they speak English, or is it more French?
Rahi does, who's more the team captain of Tahiti, and a couple other guys who are the regulars on the scene. They do, but Del doesn't. He's a legitimate killer.
Yeah, right.
Like commercial Spiro, his wife is an unbelievable line fisherman. I think she's caught the biggest blue marlin in Tahiti or something like that. Like huge. And she hooked a swordie one day, and another one was following it up, so Del jumped in and shot the swordie. He's a weapon. A proper weapon.
How'd you get that story out of them? Because they didn't speak English.
Dawson was telling me, because he followed, he's a proper nerd, and I'm friends with Del's wife on Facebook, but she's got a name, Tia Trua. I can't pronounce it properly. Sorry, but
no, Australians can't pronounce any names.
He's like, oh, did you see what Del's wife killed? Like, she's a murderer. He loves it. But good crew in that Australasian kind of area, and because we dive against each other enough at the Indo-Pacifics, it's more of a familiarity and friendship over there. Yeah. But Worlds is just a whole other level.
So CMAS comp format, still a solo?
Yeah, solo. GPS is allowed. They call it a lamp, so torch is allowed at this Worlds.
Yep.
I was reading the rules this morning. Drop weights are allowed. They can either be pulled up by yourself or one guy in the boat, but not a mixture.
Yep.
So I dare say Tim would boating, and he would pull the weight. But then there's a supervisor in the boat as well, and you got to use a float, but be within 25 metres of the float.
Okay.
And I know that everyone's going to use a real gun in that competition.
Yep.
Because there is caves. But there's maximum depth of 20 metres apparently in this competition.
Nice. So it's safe comparatively.
Well, you call it safe, yeah, but
caves.
Yeah, caves, you still get bent in 20 metres. If you did 100 dives to 20 metres in 5 hours, which you'd have to break that down, what's that, 20 an hour, one every 3 minutes, plus running around, it's definitely that's if you went to 20 minutes. It's doable.
Yeah, and that's especially when your dehydration sets in when you're doing that much swimming and so like it's good you're already getting your head around the risk factors, I guess.
Start to think about it, but I said to Tim, in order to do it, like I need a team, like not just the Australian team. I need a personal team because all the top teams over there have no less than a dozen people assisting.
That's crazy, yeah.
So they'll have 3 divers, the best 3 divers in their country, applicable to the conditions.
Yeah.
So you might be a previous world champ in the Atlantic, but it's in the Med, so we're not going to take it. You can be a scout, and that gets to my next question. They'll have another 2 to 3 divers scouting per diver. So you've got like 9 people looking on the bottom.
Wow.
And then they'll divvy up who can fish what areas or for certain fish, and then they'll have like a nutritionist, a doctor, a masseuse, like
Far,
a
yeah.
manager, and their own boats. They'll ship their own boats there, side scan, like the lot. They leave nothing, no stone unturned. They do landmarks, take pictures, even though it's GPS, but it's GPS shits itself. They got all the landmarks. They draw the hole, like edged all out. And this is just what I learned through going to Peru, and I've learned a little bit more from Spanner since what he's learned, kind of doing the European circuit thing a little bit.
He competed in one of the comps over there and won, didn't
He
he?
did real well. One of the Nordic.
He's done well on a few, like not just, but obviously like won one of those ones. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He has the ability to think strategically too, like.
And then there's that. There's that whole time management.
Yeah.
And when Tim and I worked together in nationals, I'd been telling him about what I'd experienced, and I was like, I think this is how we should go about looking for things, and I'm hoping that we can use the same principle over in Brazil together.
Yeah, right. So you're going to lean on a bunch of stuff, I guess, to be able to be competitive.
You can't. Just purely what you're competing against, you cannot do it yourself. You still need a team.
But you're excited.
I get excited talking about it more and more. Like, yeah.
Fundraising for that team. Have you got any ideas about that?
No. It's maybe a little bit through Tim's channel. Like I've talked to him about, maybe do a raffle or do some, hey, come dive with us for the day kind of tickets.
Are you allowed to do a GoFundMe?
I don't know legally.
All right. Well,
apparently my editor has told me that, yeah, we're allowed to do a GoFundMe.
Okay, so guys, if you want to support Bryson with this idea, I'm going to link up whatever Bryson's fundraising efforts amount to. If you go to noobspearo.com/wattbry, WATTBRY, I'll link up their socials and you can find out about any of the fundraising efforts that they've come to, because what you got to realise when someone like Bryson sets off to do something like this with a team and his wife and child, like the amount of money involved is not insignificant. And it's not like you're doing it for profit.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah.
I wish I could commercially spearfish. It'd be nice.
And I've helped fundraise a little bit in the past, and one of the coolest things I experienced was Trevor Kitchen raffled a spot on one of my charters, and a guy from Tasmania won that.
Yep.
And he had never been spearfishing outside Tasmania. He's up in the Whitsundays off a sailing boat. So hopefully we can help you with something like that as well.
Anything would be appreciated. Trev's fundraising and efforts and everything is second to none.
Yeah.
He genuinely cares about people and tries his hardest.
He
was amazing in Tahiti.
Yeah.
He did
his gear arrived late for that and had a bunch of other stuff. I always feel sorry for him, because it's like, it shouldn't happen to him. He's one of the nice guys.
But he was up getting people's gear ready at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Because the guy doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
And he was just tinkering and...
Well, he has back issues.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. He still dives hard.
And you've had your own medical journey.
Yeah, but nothing I can't.
Walk me through it.
I'm
not that
had some mild spina bifida and shorted out some nerves and stuff like that. not my lungs, clearly, but yeah. So I just get on with it, deal with that.
But you wear a catheter.
No, I don't wear. I just need to use one intermittently.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. It freaks out divers.
So, like, how does it work? So, do you still have all the sensations like when your bladder's full?
Yeah, when it gets full, I do.
Yeah.
But not much before that.
Oh, real?
Yeah, so competitions are really hard sometimes, but I get through them.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh, crazy.
But yeah, so Nikki and I are the disabled ones.
Yeah.
I'm not disabled.
I was saying,
I'm just a
Mono
I think I was saying to Nikki earlier, like when you go through hard things, it makes you more well-rounded individual in a lot of ways. Like it's almost like forces this adaptation and like, you know, like you meet young people sometimes. I'm not discrediting them completely, but the hardest thing you've ever done is the hardest thing you've ever done. And if you haven't been through anything, it's, you know, you whinge about the rubbish bin on its side because the guy emptying it, you know, dumped it on the thing. It's like that's a big deal to you. But when you've had real things happen to you, it puts gives you a bit more perspective, I think.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, don't take things for granted, etc., etc. But I remember reading something once that after you have like a major trauma issue, after 5 years, the mind resets itself, the body, and I believe it was written in terms of paraplegics, and that becomes your new normal, and you move on from it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it was
That's interesting.
an amazing like mindset.
Yeah,
that comes about 5 years after.
You read most books?
Not to do with that. Listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. Any favourites?
Oh, they're more like finance related
Oh.
down that path. I enjoy listening to things about protecting your wealth and investing and stuff like that.
Nicky was telling me how crap my podcast was in comparison to Diary of a CEO earlier, so it was just...
I know she likes that.
Yeah.
I send her some still. It shows up on obviously our Instagram.
Yeah.
There might be a couple of like topics that are relevant and I'll just send them to her. But I didn't know till this morning, I didn't know she listens to it. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Well, one thing, like for me, like you don't make a podcast unless you love podcasts. Like I've got a bunch, so... But it's nice to kind of... Yeah, like some of the stuff you're talking about, like theories around psychology and things like that, they can be really interesting topics. I've heard something similar to that, and like, but I haven't heard that exact theory, so that'd be interesting to tune into. So you've adjusted to your situation is pretty much what you're saying, and it's your new normal. How does it affect your everyday life and diving, if at all?
Not much. Hey, it gets annoying because you got to drink a lot of water when you go diving.
Yeah.
So, and you know, once your dive reflexes set in,
yeah,
you urinate so much.
Yeah.
And like I now, on any new suit I get, I've got a
set.
Yeah, set. I was going to ask what they'll call. But yeah, I've got a cassette.
They call them something else as well.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. I mean, I pretty much only wear polo subsuits these days. So they got my measurements, and I'm just like, oh yeah, put a cassette on this one, please.
Yeah.
Ball bag obviously helps all the ordering with that.
Yeah.
And start to see a lot of guys using cassettes now, but some guys don't mind to marinate either.
Yeah.
I don't mind marinating, but it's easy with a cassette now because then the missus doesn't get upset with you.
Bert from Old Man Blue made me a suit. He's got this flap that lifts up, another one that lifts down. You just pull it out and away you go. I like that setup too. The cassettes, like, depends on how they're made. Some of them are just so like it's just so, well, I don't know.
So tight?
No. I'm not describing a personal sensation. I mean, like, just look at the visuals, like, you know, like, I don't know, they're just... I
love walking around the ramp with a little rhino.
Yeah.
People looking at you strange, they do the double take. And it's like...
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh, I can't tell.
What?
With Polo Sub, Josh Bulls, he's got an Instagram, Polo Sub Australia. Is that the easiest way to reach out to him, do you know?
What email?
Or email.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his email?
I'll find it.
He's on the hunt for us.
I remember his personal.
I know they're such highly regarded suits. Obviously, Spanner onto them and ball bags, as you guys call them, has been distributing them in Australia for a long, long time. They're so well regarded. So Josh Ball is his name. His email is joshuaball_@hotmail.com. There you go. So if you're chasing a good suit, he'd be a good man to have a look at. So you love your things, you get the cassettes on, and I'm not familiar with the mechanics of it.
Because I wear a waist high pant.
Yeah.
And if it's real cold, I wear a vest, but I don't wear the long johns.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone wears long johns diving anymore these days.
Why?
What's in there to do shit?
You got to take your top off and pull your things
exactly.
down. Yeah.
So you get cold straight up.
I often just do it when I'm running boatie. Like,
yeah, but then
scoot off 100 metres and then...
Guarantee you someone's going to need saving from a shark when you're...
Yeah, it's a good point.
Got your drawers around
It's a good point.
Got your drawers around your ankles.
You don't think it gives you any greater warmth with a long john?
You just wear a vest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I haven't got it. Well, I do actually.
And then this probably something that coming into winter, more people should get on the train. So, like, obviously we wear smooth skins. Well, Tim doesn't because of the rife thing. But we wear smooth skins because you're out in a boat. That's the whole thermal cooling effect.
Yeah.
Spanner did a really, really good video on this using a heat gun. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was really good to see. But something I learned from, again, Spanner, that the Euro guys do, is they'll wear a vest, waist highs, top, so you can still flop it out if you need to go.
Yep.
But then they'll wear shorts that seal in the top. So when you're jumping out of the boat in the water, you don't get that rush of water
I hate that.
up your top.
Oh, I hate it.
Especially if you're sport hopping, it's not too bad. But if you're then in the water for a while, you've now got... Because obviously a wetsuit works by having the thinnest layer of water between the material and your skin. You've now obviously got several centimetres of that up your back.
Yeah.
So if you wear the shorts, and even if they're just an old waddy that kicks around, put them inside out so the smooth skin or the open cell is on the outside.
Yeah.
The that lining material rub against the lining material and slide on quite easy.
Yeah, right.
And the warmth difference, even to this day, Tim says to me, can't believe the difference of these shorts, mate. And they might be a mil or two thick.
Yeah, right.
There's no actual insulation, it's just sealing up that wetsuit.
My problem is more overheating, like particularly, here, but our winter's cold, but I'm still 3.5, I'm good.
You must be swimming too much.
Oh, maybe out of condition as well, maybe.
If you slow down, once you get that heart rate down, you get cold like that.
If my buddies put me on the right drift and I didn't
then there's that.
No, I'm just joking.
Blame
you can't blame everyone else. Like, sometimes I'm my own worst enemy for sure. Yeah, cool. So you hold them in high regard, the polo subs?
Yeah, I do. I like them. I use the Forza Trade. It's got a sandwich lining of that outside material, but it's in the middle and creates the strength. It's given them a fair flogging and they last quite a while.
What else with gear? Like, you chopped and changed over the years? Where are you at now with?
I use, I've got 2 man-made guns, or Spanner-made guns.
Yeah.
One's like...
This conversation's really out of character. You've been talking nicely about Daniel Mann.
I know.
For nearly the whole episode, I have not heard one disparaging remark. This is like really out of character.
He is a pussy. He's a sook. And now he's a pom.
Yeah.
He's basically just moved to the motherland. So, but he is very good with gear.
Yeah.
Very good, like you talked about before, about strategy with the comps. Very good with that. And
He's quite thoughtful, deep thinker.
Yeah, and tricks gear up, and he's really good with that.
He's using a Fusel Orca, isn't he, these days?
I think he used them a little bit, definitely in some of his videos.
Yeah.
And I forget the other gun, but he's just knocking around with small 90 centimetre guns. In obviously the conditions that he needs to be in over there.
So what are your setups on these man-made guns?
I was running 120 man-made guns, just a carbon wrapped bit of timber. with a rifle reel. Like for terminal gear, well, and even rifle guns are great. Like I'll grab Tim's gun and shoot that, no problem. I really like rifle guns, but the spears just bend too easy.
Yeah.
And they're a pencil tip, they're not a tri-cut tip, so it's something else I've got to.
So you like tri-cut?
Yeah, love
And you
tri-cut.
like not stainless. You like hardened spring steel.
Yeah, spring steel.
Yeah.
Um,
So you just running Rob Allen shafts?
I just run whatever I grab from the journo.
Yeah.
Like, but 7mm. I don't shoot a 7.5.
Why?
Too much recoil, pain in the neck, heavier. I'm not shooting that thicker fish. Like the thickest fish I shoot would be a jewfish.
And you wouldn't bend it on a jewfish, but
Yeah, I bent it straight up on a jewfish.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the very first, and then he's I got the knee and straighten it a little bit. Just keep going. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, run of them, rifle reel, like they're really, that lever drag system's just.
They're not rollers, are they?
The,
His guns, like the ones you're using?
no, that's not, but I do have an 80cm man-made roller.
Yeah.
That's a good little gun. We shoot anything for a barra. So, but I might chuck a pranger on that and you can throw it around a bit.
Yeah.
It's nice and light. But they're the only two guns I use. But I can pick up one of Nikki's rifles as much as she loves that. I can shoot that. I can shoot Tim's gun.
Tell him why I don't like you taking my gear.
I might lose it or use it.
He literally leaves them on the bottom of the ocean.
Or I might come across a crate and leave it there for a marker. But this wasn't a rifle gun that I lost it as. It was an aim right gun. And it was positively buoyant with the spear in it. I didn't realise. And I went down next to this bombing and I just left the gun to mark it. Then I came back down and it drifted away.
Oh, rugged.
So she was stoked about that.
I had a guy out on a charter recently, went into the dive shop and they convinced him to rig this new Torelli roller up with a breakaway. He'd never used breakaway and we were hunting mostly reef fish. I'm not sure why they suggested breakaway anyway. Shoots good fish, not used to a breakaway.
Yeah.
Gun just drifted off.
Oh, okay.
Completely forgot about it
Yeah.
when he went to grab the fish.
Yeah.
Brand new spear gun.
Stoked.
Oh, the pain, when you know, like it's a lot of money on a good spear gun.
Spear's really
Sounds like you caused Nicky some pain with that spear
more. It caused me more pain hearing about it. I like Torelli's guns in the form that they've got the old Picasso handle, which is the old green handle Rob Allen.
Okay.
And Paul Dorstad is a real supporter of the whole competition community.
Yeah. They're making better guns like that. Their new guns are awesome, I reckon.
I haven't even looked into the new stuff. I just know just the stock standard gun is a good gun.
Yeah.
Great gun.
Good suits. Or women like their suits
yeah,
too.
a lot of commercial
Girl
pilots use their stuff too. And yeah, I've seen some of the girls cut actually because a few of the comp chicks use their suits and that. So it's like, that's good. And
Aussie company.
exactly, I haven't talked to Paul for years, but people go, I'm getting into spearfishing. What do I do? I'm like, just ring up Paul at Torelli and have a look at those guns because they're just a good beginner gun.
Sport for gear now, eh?
Yeah.
We are sport.
It's good, but like you go to Europe, it's just another level.
Yeah, it is weird how certain brands are only represented in certain geographies.
Yeah,
and I know that the shipping and the bulkiness of the items plays into that, but I really think it is unfortunate sometimes because some of the gear could be ubiquitous, it could go anywhere. It's not just effective in that geographical locale, it could go anywhere, but because of shipping and these other hassles with distribution and stuff, it's just not everywhere. Rife have done a really good job of getting around.
they have. Yeah, the distribution, definitely. Yeah, definitely distribution. I've just heard a few things through the industry. I didn't know we had a second child. Oh no, I thought that was your phone. Oh.
I went out there to keep the dog quiet before.
Yeah, I know that. I just hear a baby crying. I was like, I didn't know we had a second child.
Ross is trying to cause it.
Soundtrack.
Good hard with a crying baby.
Hey, do you know about 99 Sparrow Recipes? It's our crowdsourced seafood cookbook from frothers just like you. That's right, you listening. We have amassed a cookbook like nothing else on the planet. There's 158 actionable seafood recipes in there to help you up your cooking game. Make more of the fish that you catch and get outside your comfort zone with your cooking. Check it out, 99 Sparrow Recipes. It's available in every good spearfishing retailer that knows about it. If you can't find it there's always Amazon.com. Check it out, 99 Sparrow Recipes, an absolute labour of love from our spearfishing community. There's that old chestnut, never drink coffee before going diving. I don't know about you, but I break the rule every time. And once you've had a dog and gun coffee, you might find it hard not to break that rule as well. Dog and gun coffee are specialty beans sourced from the best coffee growing regions from around the world and roasted by proper coffee nerds intent on fueling outdoor nuts like you and me. If you want to give Dog and Gun coffee a crack, I can personally recommend the preloaded drip filters. Open them up, they sit on top of your coffee cup, add boiling water, and then whatever else you like. For me, it's milk and two. Try them at dogandguncoffee.com.au and use the code NOOB10 to save 10%. That's right, use the code NOOB10 to save 10% at dogandguncoffee.com.au. Check it out, legends. Dehydration of just 1 to 2% can affect your mental and physical performance by up to 6 or 7%. And when you're spearfishing, you can tell when dehydration is starting to affect you because your equalization goes out the window. Get Aqualite at aqualite.com.au. It's scientific rehydration that Spearos know and trust. I know because one works there, and that's why we've set up this discount code for you, 10% off when you use the code NoobSpearo at aqualite.com.au. Check it out. Australian-made hydration products tailored for Spearos and a whole bunch of other people that suffer from dehydration too. But check it out at aqualite.com.au. Use the code NoobSpearo to save 10%.
Yeah, I've heard the distribution things. Like there was Scuba Store a few years back. That was a big thing. And
Yeah, it's hard. Well, I think there's so many spearfishing businesses because people frost so hard on the lifestyle and then they try to make a viable business out of it.
It's definitely
In some ways, I feel like just asking them to make a business case before they start the business, because as good as it is to have so much variety, I feel like sometimes a lot of them aren't as viable as you'd like them to be.
You look at like Diver, what Ray's done.
Oh,
it's just
incredible.
It's nothing short of impressive.
Yeah.
But that is what the market needed.
Yeah.
It needed those high performance blades.
Yeah, and the durability as well. Because we had the stuff from Europe, like you alluded to before. There's all these guys, they are really great, like guys in super calm conditions, but the diver just, I don't know, I always tell people like, you're happy you've got a pair of divers or some of the other locally made brands on, because they give you that power out of the hole when you're trying to put that pressure on a fish so it doesn't hole up or whatever.
Yeah, they come to the party.
Yeah, whereas the wafer thin ones, beautiful for performance, but they don't do the same thing under load. It doesn't feel like you're going anywhere.
Yeah, it depends on body types as well.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan.
You can get into these talks with Ray, but you might have, say, a spanner in those flippers, and he could do with a pair of super softs, and he'd probably still get the purchase on fish.
Yeah.
But like you've got bigger set guy, like I dare say you wouldn't wear anything under a medium stiffness blade.
Yeah, I go softs, but it depends. Like I find the distinction pretty stupid too now. Like soft, medium, hard seems ridiculous. Like I think that I said this to Larry too ages ago. I said it should be 1 to 7. Like 7 is hard, no one wears them anymore. Then you have 4, 5, 6 medium. So 4 is more like on the verge of being a soft, and then 1 is like those stupid paper thin ones that I couldn't even wear if I wanted to. 2 is like still really soft, and 3 is like bordering on the edge of medium. But I think those distinctions would be better served, because like a soft it doesn't mean anything anymore, because you pick one soft up, you pick up another soft, and they're 2 different fins. You know what I'm saying?
That's that difference in materials.
Yeah, and like the way Ray layers his carbon, like it's designed so that there is a lot of torque off the foot pocket, Whereas,
Off the
but it
arch.
does take really fine at the end, so you
Yeah.
still get that parabolic curve and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're beautiful for you.
Yeah, and tough. They last. Like you buy them, it's like I've got them for however many years that I want. Even though someone like you's probably getting 5 years out of them, even though they're beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, like we had a pile of dive afghans in the garage just through acquiring.
Yep.
They don't go anywhere. I mean, they go on a boat, but they don't break.
Yeah.
But you hear, I broke my divers. Well, what did you do? Were you walking on them? Because I think it's 30-degree heel angle.
Yeah,
It's like you walking on them, or like, did you leave them in fuel on the boat? You spilled fuel on the boat? Like that's another thing that people don't realise destroys.
Did Tim tell you about how I spilled fuel on the boat?
I think so.
Oh, he did.
That was, yeah. Oh, yeah, it must have been because I think you spilled it on top of the esky or something.
Yeah, and it's a split lid thing, and
Like you got a split lid in that boat.
yeah, and like I felt like such a dunce afterwards. I was just like, like we're fueling up to head out for the day, and you just set the whole day back like 20 minutes, plus the reef shuffle of fish and the cleaning the esky out. And the whole thing, I was just like, I was a bit dirty on myself.
So it went in.
Yeah, a little bit because of the way the split lid went, but yeah, it was not great. Yeah.
That was at the start of the day.
Yeah, the start of day 2, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what else?
Well, the rest of your gear. So, so we got, we talked about your guns and we talked about fins, obviously.
Started using wetty booties.
Yeah, righto.
Commercial ones. Really nice.
Tough.
Yeah, they're good. I enjoy using them.
That 30-degree angle you talked about too with fins, I've heard that they are the best for swimming on the surface. And
stop that splash.
yeah, and I think you lose efficiency too with that splashing. Obviously, you're spooping fish as well.
I was just going to say, but you're losing fish.
Yeah.
Well, there's efficiency, yeah.
Because when you're hunting shallower than, I reckon, 15 or 20, maybe even deeper for super flighty species, that all that surface stuff does translate to how they're responding, whether they're moving away from you or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you have...
Like when Tim and I are in spots that they're shallow, well, they're really shallow, you watch, there's not a bubble coming off either one of us.
Yeah.
And your movements in the water, how you approach using shadows is a big one as well.
Yep.
Getting fish's blind spots and stuff like that. Weighting yourself right, that kind of thing. We have in the boat, we have chest weight belts, and so we'll just, if we're going to dive shallow, we'll just pop them on, so we don't have to adjust our main belts. So we got flippers, wetsuit, booties. We just use the knock-around gloves that you get off your work site. They've got a high dexterity, good feel. You can still generally, if you got your hand in a cod's mouth, you can still get out.
Yeah.
Have a micro mask and I use a basic snorkel, not the brand basic or what is it, a Rife basic.
Yeah, it's a Rife basic, I think.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
Is that one with the purge? Tim might use that. Tim definitely uses the purge one, but I just use whatever rubber snorkel laying around the boat, just top it up under here.
You're not fussed with bore size or length?
No,
or anything?
as long as the mouthpiece is soft enough.
Yeah. Because it just translates to rubbed lips by the end of the day, or
Yeah, that was just more comfortable. That's really about it.
How do you hold a gun when you duck dive?
Mid-barrel, sometimes.
Oh, sorry, when you come out of the duck dive into descending.
Oh, if I'm descending, sometimes mid-barrel, mainly up, tucked along. I don't know if the...
You're like a soldier.
Like Queen's Guards type thing. You have your hand down by your hip, and the spear point's right here.
Yeah.
And then it depends what you're doing. If you're trying to get to the bottom without looking at fish, well, then you'll just swim like that to the bottom.
Yep.
But then if you are scanning, you'll get to where you're kind of neutral or where the bottom materialises, and then using angling your flippers or a big wide kicking stance, you can angle yourself around I'm going to look over there and
Splayed, sort of.
yeah,
splayed,
splayed, a bit of rudder effect, and then you'll still, especially if you're trying to minimise your length underwater, you'll definitely keep your gun tucked in.
Yeah. You think that's a big?
Yeah, I think length. I mean,
Do you think big guys are at a disadvantage here with 100 kg reef fish?
Could
Because
be.
you're a taller guy as well.
I'm taller, yeah. I'm tallish, like 185 or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it could be. But then you get you would know how easy a fish swims up to you when you don't have a gun in your hand.
Yeah.
You put a gun in your hand,
Everything changes.
they're not the same fish.
No.
Whether that's because you've got this 1.2 metre long implement in the water, or if they can sense your nerves. Like,
Yeah, this is the interesting thing. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot more going on in the natural world than we can account for. Like, other than we're just talking about mass here, really, and the perception of how big we are underwater. Do you think that, like, with sharks and rays, you've got the ankylite of Lorenzini sensing electrical fields. With our demersals and stuff like that, and the lateral line seems to play a lot more into it. What are the things that we can do, or the things that you've worked on consciously or unconsciously over the years that allow you to get closer to fish?
I will start at the start. Being able to identify from the surface what the fish is.
Yeah, I thought I was okay at that, and then you go out with Tim,
Like in the surgeonfish schools, he's like, oh, there's this, there's that.
Yeah, I can't.
Incredible.
The school effect works on me to an extent.
100%. Yeah.
I had to send Tim a video of when we were diving with him, and we're diving together. I'm diving through the Sergios, and there's a jack at the bottom that I'm like target fixated on. I swim past 3 snapper. And the jack was like 3.5 kilo. As soon as I'm looking at the footage, it's quite obvious to me that those fish are there. But in real life, I had zero awareness that they were there.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah. And that's the thing. But Tim doesn't seem to be beholden to that as much as I am. And I'm guessing you're a bit more like Tim as well.
He spent a lot of time on the bottom and looking through, and you can look too long sometimes and look out beyond the fish.
Yeah.
Because there might be snapper that are inquisitive, and they want to join the certain school, but they haven't built up the courage yet. Or you get those fish like what you described. There'll be a jack, an ibex perch, maybe a small jew, or a small snapper, like right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But like on the surface, you can be swimming, and the easiest way to identify a fish is to let it swim across sand. Because it gives itself up.
Yeah.
You can see, oh, that's a tar one, or that's a bream. That kind of, like being able to identify those kinds of things.
It's movement as much as anything else.
Yeah, it is movement. Yeah, a little bit of shape, but mainly movement. And the pec fin characteristics as well. Like you could be up in the Barrier Reef and you're like, is that a jack or a red bass? And you just watch how it swims. And the pec fin stretch, like that's a classic giveaway.
Yeah, they swim different. Yeah, now they actually just highlight in on that one feature. Sometimes I find myself not able to isolate in on the visual cues. Like I just have this broad impression of what it is, but I'm not actually highlighting specific tangible isolated factors like you just mentioned with the pec fins. I just know, oh, that's a trout, that's a whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going, what is it that's actually distinctively identifying that to me? I'm just kind of, do you know what I mean? Do you know
Yeah, so you can look at it deeper.
Yeah.
And
I need to do that more, I think, to get better at spotting fish and understanding them.
So you can look at it and go, well, a Luke Janus species
Yeah.
are going to use their pec fins.
Yeah.
Like, all right, what type is it? Moses perch, dark-tailed sea perch, mangrove jack, red bass, Maori sea perch. Like, what wiggles when it kicks its tail a little bit more? Like, all kinds of things like that.
Yeah, the way the bodies oscillate and the whole lot comes into it, eh?
And then mackerel cruising across the sea. There goes mackerel.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's, in terms of back to you, I think the original question about identifying fish, shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll learn over time is fish that keep the same company as other fish. So like you might have pomfrets, for example, as diamond, yellowy, silver things that like to pack in the caves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's, well, they would be little jewfish dinners or little mangrove jack dinners.
Yeah.
You know, like those kinds of fish would nail them. But then you could look, the other day I was out diving and we had like a small boulder wall. The boulders weren't big, probably about that big, and it just slowly peeled off into the sand line. But there was a mat of yakkers.
Yeah,
like,
right.
so thick, but it didn't go this like further than that off the bottom.
So they've been targeted by mid-water.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, well, there's first saw mackerel, and I saw a couple of mackerel. And I was like, there's got to be a jury somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You'll be swimming through this and you'll part the Red Sea and there'll be a jury.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, there's got to be a jury here. And I hear croaking in the distance, and that's probably part of the reason I get so addicted to harpers, because you're chasing like that pot of gold, but it's a noise. It's like,
Yeah, the ghost.
come on, I'm like, all that, keep up with me. Like, stay next to me. I'm like, there's going to be Jew here. And then the very next dive, I shot a Jew.
Yeah, right.
And, yeah, but I also managed to shoot an oscillating cod the same day off the same
think I might have seen
map.
Maybe I saw that.
Yeah, it's,
Did you put it on social?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the few that you put on.
Yeah, rare one for New South Wales.
Yeah.
So I was stoked to shoot a fish like that. And I'd never seen one off tweed, and I've barely ever seen one in the bunker group. So
Go on the record book, going?
I should plan. I've got the measurements there, but I should do something with it. Yeah, those are all bait fish. And then what was another example I was thinking of? Yeah, observing what the bait does.
Glassy bait?
Yeah, oh God, if that's there, you're on.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Yeah.
Those little things
Yeah.
that are schooled up. Oh,
Is it maricod is a big one for that? Yeah, I thought.
lollipops.
I still haven't, like, that's a species where I've shot a couple. I've shot one good one, but again, further north, where they're probably a bit easier. But at the time, sort of beyond my comfortable operating depth.
Yeah, they're not uber shallow,
Nah.
but they like the heavy ground.
Yeah.
And they're glass fishes, or that glass fish is red bait, and you get a lot of it on the bongies up the reef, and as you know, everything. You can't see the bongie sometimes because the red bait's just all over.
I love that.
It's
I
like
love
Trout
that.
City.
Yeah, especially when you drop down too, and it's like a pancake reef, and it's all hollowed out underneath, and you're just like, yeah, we're
It's
gonna have
cool.
some fun here.
It's cool.
Yeah, that too is like one of those things where you have a great sense of appreciation, because you might have swum for a kilometre to find it, and when you put a mark on that, you're not going to be happy if some other people shared it, and it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Fortunately, it might be a good bombing today, but in a week that bait will be gone. They've already eaten, but it's still a good bombing.
A while back, I was diving off Brizzy, 12 metres or so, and I come across a really good maricod, but he was like 15 metres away horizontally, and I could see him pretty well. And so, but it's shallow. Like, I was like, wow, this is a good fish for here. It was like hard to find them legally, but he was well beyond legal. And I was like, next drop, I'm going to drop down just over there. We had a really good breathe up, had a nice approach on him.
Yep.
And I come up, and my mates are letting flares off to wave down a boat that's heading past because the motor had cut out and they couldn't do anything with it, and they were drifting away, and I was, 150, 200 metres away from them by then.
Were you down current or downwind from the boat?
I was down. No, they were downwind of me. I had to. They were getting blown out to sea, and I had to.
What a shame they didn't think to drop the anchor.
They were in the process of doing that, but even then, like, you're seeing flares go off. It's like, can I really get away with one more dive?
I know.
I was close to doing it.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Have you got any stories like that? Like where you've had to bail, but you know that the fish of a lifetime is there. Like, that wasn't a fish of a lifetime, but it was still a really
Something
good
you really
fish.
wanted.
Yeah. Can you think of any?
Yeah, we were at Hutchies one day, and
you're burning the spots here galore.
it's nothing that doesn't get mentioned at a local spearfishing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but it does scale.
Early headland.
Yeah.
Early headland. But I need to say where we were because it gives an idea of the situation we were suddenly in.
Yep.
And how much up a creek we were. Diving, and there was talk about something changing. Like, okay, cool, 25, 30 knots, no problem. Dive Hutchies, I did a dive, come up, and like a bomb had gone off. It was just not 35 knots. It was incredible. It was foam on the surface.
Oh, wow.
In one breath hold. And there wasn't like the frontal cloud that you'd normally see. It wasn't like that whole ample type.
Just blew up.
It just proper. Seems like, right, I better go, mate. I reckon we can get away with it. And like, because it was quite good. Fishing was quite good.
Yeah.
And I watched one of Tim's latest videos and they ballback smacks a trevally. And it was kind of like that. This trevor just comes up and wrong place, wrong time for this trevally. So I potted this trevally, put it in the boat, air skewers full. And well, all right, we better go now. Said to him, I was like, all right. There's 4 of us in the 16R and we just got to try and make it to the northern side of the island. Which, at a guess, I'm guessing it'd be 5 miles from Hutchies to the top.
I reckon more.
Yeah, direct line.
I reckon more.
It probably is more.
8, 9.
That.
I reckon.
Yeah. And we eventually made it to the island.
Yeah.
We got sandblasted. That's how strong the wind was. And yeah, so all right, well, we launched it. Was it Redcliffe?
Yeah,
Scarborough. Launched there. And it's like, well, to cut across, you're still going to have to cut into the wind direction a little bit. And I was like, you need to go south. You need to get to like around Tangalooma so you can just ride the back of the waves across. I hadn't looked around the corner at this point. We got around the northwest corner of Morton. It was big. It's white capping, but it's white capping to the point where it's continuously breaking.
Oh, right.
And this foam coming off the waves, and we tried to go into it. Couldn't gain 10 metres.
Yeah.
I was like, Tim, we're going to have to aim for Brighton.
Yeah.
Being that, a little
Slightly
further north, bit better angle. Yeah. So, all right, cool. So we started running it, and those shallow sandbanks that you get halfway across the bay.
Dangerous.
We're looking up at mountains of water, like 4 or 5 metres.
Yeah, people don't believe how big you can get across that bay, though.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And they were breaking through.
Yeah.
So it's like crossing a bar again, but we didn't realise, and we're trying not to lose ground to the north because we're trying to make the southern edge of Bribey. About halfway across the bay, Tim built pump stopped working because it was just constant. The back of the boat's filled with water. And I'm like, we're going to die. And I was just, no one will bail a boat out quicker than a person that thinks they're going to sink. So I was just, me and the other guy were just like bailing. And I think I said like 3 individual times, like, we're going to die. And got to like the southern end of Bribey, and it was a massive shore break. And I'm literally bailing as I look out like the starboard side of the boat, and I can see dry sand of the island. But that's how we're on the back of the shore breaking wave that is now breaking on the dry sand.
Right.
I think it was 56 knots it blew.
Holy moly.
And that was consistent. And we made it into the channel that starts to come into Bribey, and VMR is just beside themselves because all the yachts have done all their moorings and they're all up getting pushed up against the rock wall. It's just pure chaos in there. We drove into the marina and had this problem that the boat and trailer was there. Redcliffe. So Tim rang up and made Greg Lampercheck, and he went and picked it up. I grabbed the keys, went and picked it up, come back. But the VMR was calling Tim's phone because they shit the bed about the car and trailer being the only car and trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's like, had to calm them down because, the old man of the VMR sometimes get a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was rough.
Oh, 100%. And they're worried about having to go out and try and find you.
Then there's that whole putting search and rescue in danger.
Yeah.
Lead down a Facebook argument type thing. But, so we got back, and then there was this lady who lives on a houseboat shop, offered us a warm cup of hot chocolate. We took it and sat there until our car and trailer arrived.
Wow.
The story across the bay is just intense.
That's hectic.
But it's also a story of I probably shouldn't have shot that GT. Even
That
though
was a GT. You said
it was
Trevally.
about 30, 35 kilos.
Oh.
And I was like, but at least the people at Tim's church appreciate it. So, yeah. Because they turn into this magnificent curry.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard. It actually makes me want to try it.
Yeah, as much as we kind of have to justify each time one of us pops a GT,
Yeah.
they love it. It's funny, you give them GT mackerel and jewfish,
They like the GT.
guess the last fish left over. And
Jew?
these are people that appreciate any food that they
The jewfish?
Yeah, the jewfish.
Yeah, wow. I like jewfish.
Yeah, I don't like jew.
Some people complain about it. I'm like, I love it.
I like sometimes it comes with a bit of spaghetti in there.
Yeah.
Just cook it out. But no, jew are good, hey. Yeah.
Recently, with some of my digestive issues, I've been a little bit more paranoid about, anisakis or whatever the worms are that we get in these bloody things sometimes.
That's what I was talking about, spaghetti.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And there are a range of different parasites that you can get.
Kingies and now dolphin fish.
Yeah, righto.
There's I wouldn't say growing concern, but there's definitely growing evidence that the dolphin fish have now turned to mush.
Oh, real?
Like the kings, yeah.
Do you think it's like what the kings get, or do you think it's like a life stage issue? Do you know what I mean? Like,
People talk about, there's the old story, people talk about the hot water thing with kings.
yeah,
You know, it seems the mush seems to happen up here and not so much down south.
yeah. Well, coughs, but yeah, they're still similar
Still get tropical.
water temperature, yeah, because of the EAC.
Yeah, and when I get kingfish, I don't cook it ever. I
Yeah.
eat it raw, because it's so good raw.
Yeah,
It's such a
100%.
firm flesh.
Yeah,
It's quite, I guess,
Chill it back.
Similar to marlin in that texture.
yeah, right.
Like,
I haven't eaten marlin, no.
beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, so
I think Tim's got a vid coming out with Ray about
Just-
smoking
that one came out last week.
that's big strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That was the strike he got. But then I think we're going to do something else. Maybe with the strike. I'm not quite sure.
I'm about to make a cold smoker. I'm picking up a second-hand fridge on Monday, and I was going to buy one of those smoke eye kits from New Zealand. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't. But if it's from New Zealand, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, you drill into the side of the fridge, and then you can hang the smoke eye unit on it, and it's a canister-based system, so it's pellets. Pretty simple, and then that'll last. You can get ones that last 2 days of smoke. And then I was thinking some computer fans inside of it and a ventilation duct on the top. Just drill it out of this old crappy fridge and try and hang fish in there. And, that's what I'm thinking.
How long do you need to cold smoke to achieve?
Oh, the longer the better, I've heard.
Really?
So you go as long as you want. I think it's supposed to be a slow process. Hot smoke's fast, hot and dirty, but the cold smoke's more of a longer, more sort of nuanced approach. Do you like smoking fish?
I've done a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I'm not like the Ray Powell smoking fish,
Yeah.
that video, but I enjoy eating it.
I haven't watched that video yet. Is that in that one with Alex Edwards?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good video. I've only watched the first 20 of that, so I'll
It's
watch
good. Good bit of banter on it.
Yeah.
And Lee Mitchell's great to hang out with.
Yeah, he seems cool.
Yeah, he's great guy. But yeah, I just enjoy eating it all as well.
Sometimes the Noob Spirit almost has more information, more topics, more podcasts than you know what to do with. I'm here to help you connect in a really simple way, particularly if you are brand new. You need to subscribe to Noob Spiro's mad email newsletter. It's called The Floater. Now, we don't chug your inbox full of garbage. You get a couple of emails a month, and it's highly actionable information, always to help make your spearfishing better. Go to noobspiro.com, head up into the menu community, go down to subscribe to The Floater. You're in for an absolute treat. You're going to find out about the latest and greatest that the Noob Spiro has to offer in order to help you grow in your spearfishing. If you are suffering with breath hold, finding buddies, depth progression, whatever it might be, the Floater is a great way to connect, help us to find out what your needs are, and then start sending you information that will help you. Go to noobspiro.com, head up into the menu community, head down to subscribe to The Floater, and start getting some goodness in your inbox right now. All good, my friends. Check it out, noobspirit.com, menu community. Head down to subscribe to the floater. I'll see you there. How good is cutting a cray in half, slapping it on the barbie, lathered in garlic and butter? I got to tell you, it's pretty satisfying. Up that with just a wee sprinkle of Honky Outdoors Salt Bay and season that cray A grade. Check it out, honkyoutdoors.com. Check out the Salt Bay Spice Rub. It's an absolute game changer for just giving that subtle but beautiful upgrade to your seafood of choice. Check it out at honkyoutdoors.com, HOHNKE outdoors.com. Use the code NoobSpirit to save 20% on your order, and you are supporting an Australian-made small batch business. It's a family business with flavors to make you hungry for adventure. Live your best life outdoors with Honky Outdoors. Check it out, honkyoutdoors.com. Cook anything, anywhere, even out on a boat anchored up in a cove for the night. Bust out the cob and surprise your mates with a hot, tasty meal after a big day in the water. Your lightweight cob grill will come in at just under 9 kg, and it even comes with its own handy carry bag. That's right, the cob grill could come in charcoal or gas. I personally like both, but that's because obviously I come from the motherland, you know. At Cob Grill, cobgrill.com.au, we have a discount code for you guys, 10% off site-wide at cobgrill.com.au. The coconut charcoal husks that fit neatly into the cob put out way more heat than you might expect, and yet outside the cob stays insulated. You can even use it safely on the boat. That's right. The husk ashes are easy to empty, and there's no mess. Charcoal is also my favorite flavor, whether I'm cooking steaks or fish, but gas has its advantages too. Choose for yourself at cobgrills.com.au. That's right, cobgrills.com.au. Use the code NOOB10. That's right, NoobSpiro10, actually, NoobSpiro10. I got that wrong. NoobSpiro10 at cobgrill.com.au. Save 10% site-wide. Check it out. 304 grade stainless steel. You won't regret it. I tell you, go and shop right now. cobgrill.com.au. Use the code NoobSpiro10. Haha, yo, lekker.
I wanted to talk to you about grading or creating a grading system for spearos. I touched on it earlier with you before. The ideas of having it would be to give spearos a sense of self-awareness with, where they need to work on. So that they can start getting better and in an intentional way. And then obviously you could spit out results that charters operators could use to make sure that they weren't filling a boat up with the wrong type or experience level of divers.
Yeah.
And so that's some of my ideas about thinking about it. And you've thought a little bit about this.
Yeah, I think, me personally, I look at it at a team level or a boat level.
Yep.
I think already guys have clued on that people with similar abilities go in the same tender together. But then there's also the line, well, how can they get any better if they're not diving with someone who is better?
Yes.
But then it comes down to the personality mindset. You put a guy in that boat that is better, and I think this is what happens with your guide at trips. You've got someone there that is better. They will learn far faster, but as long as the guy who is better is happy to dive in that realm that the other people in the tender are happy with.
Yeah.
And I after going on trips where there's random people ask, what kind of diver are you? What depth do you prefer? And they might say, I'm 12 metre diver, I'm 15 metre diver. Okay, cool, well, we're going to put you with this crew. But if you go on a charter, sometimes you book 4 or 5 people so that you're all on the boat together and you enjoy the trip together.
Yes.
Knowing full well that you're all at the same level.
Yeah.
Or what you're in for. But I think the big one is with a legal ramifications for the charter boat operator. Like, obviously they've got insurance and stuff like that, but they want to know the level of guys that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
That they might not necessarily be near. They might be 5 miles from another ship.
If you're a charter boat operator and you have got 16 slots for divers, right? You need to fill the boat to be profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people that you don't want on any trip, regardless? Like, give us some broad, no-goes, and then we might get a little bit more fussy with it after
Person
that.
who's got a problem with drinking.
Yep.
Or drugs. Not that there's much drugs in the sport, but drinking. like you can start and drink every night, but if you're a dickhead on the piss, you're going to ruin everyone's drink.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to stop you from downing your drinks or whatever, but there's some guys and there's historic stories in the comp scene, guys being up all this all night, then putting their wetsuit on and then going with the comp. There's guys that can function like that, but if you're carrying like a tool, I don't have you on board.
Yeah.
Other guys that there's difference between competitive and being a dick about it as well.
Yeah.
If you're always like, oh, the whole my fish is bigger than yours, or I've shot one of them bigger elsewhere, or
Yeah.
you know, that kind of attitude.
There you go.
There you go. That's definitely not working. But then there's another one that creeps into it when hunting trophy fish is getting snaked by
Yep.
someone else on the tender. Oh, I didn't see you there. Whether that's truth or not, yet to be determined, but it starts to become evident if it happens a few times.
Yeah.
Or if that person expects others to just burley for them all day.
Yeah.
Those kinds of people, they're
Entitled.
entitled. They would be the, and none of it relates back to skill. It
Yeah.
relates to all of it.
Safety and attitudes.
It relates back to personality.
Yeah. Yeah. So, from a safety point of view, any red flags?
You got your people that don't play as a team. The whole one up, one down, all spotting each other. Like, that's a massive safety thing. Or they might go, oh, I'm a 50-metre diver, we're going to go dive off the edge today, and the others are floundering around in the shallows, just like driftwood. Yeah, safety orientated. I know you can say they might unintentionally point a gun that's loaded at a diver. That's another classic but clear safety issue.
Yeah.
Another one is their ability, because a lot of these charters don't provide dory stickers.
Yeah.
So they know their way around the basics.
I've seen it before, like, you know, just the kill switch, like you pull it off, or a pinched fuel line, just real simple stuff.
Or the breather on the fuel tank.
Yeah.
So when you carry the jerry, there might be one of the ones with the clip.
Yeah.
If the breather's nipped up and then sucked in.
Yeah, you have to give a pretty decent orientation, I think, regardless of how experienced people say or don't say they are. Yeah, that's definitely a
Because
concern.
everyone wants to be in the water, but they realise on that trip they might have to shuffle around.
Yeah, it's better for people to rotate. By the time you get to day 3 on a trip, you're actually not unhappy about having a spell out for even if it's just an hour 45. It's good when you're diving with generous people and you just rotate through that stuff easily.
100%. And it's like at the start of the trip, you might go, oh, we're going on this area. Is there anything particularly you would love, like what's a bit of a dream fish?
Yeah,
And they might go, oh, I love a 10 kilo bird crop.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're going to go out of our way to try and make that happen. But at these parts of the day, it's more beneficial for us because there's a spot we want to dive that's better to dive at this time of the day. We'll do this and then we'll go here. Yeah. No worries. All right, well, I'll buddy for you there.
Yeah, like I'm quite often used to being in charge with a lot of stuff. When I went out to Tim, it was so nice just to take a back seat. You know what I mean? Like, and he took me and Tom, and he was so generous, like giving me first drops on some of the schools and stuff. And he waited till we were flogged, and then he's like, "All right, I just want to, just come out here, and I've just got a rock to dive. It's 42 metres or something." And he's, boom, shoots the fish, comes up. It wasn't much else there. We'll move. I'll take you guys some of your shallow.
Yeah, because you guys want to burn up your time, because you know your time's up. Like on a trip, you just don't get that chance that often. He might be there more often.
He's so generous. And you guys, I can see why you don't dive with a lot of people, because there needs to be a level of reciprocity and appreciation, I think, for it.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a trip for you. Like, it made me feel like, maybe how I feel with people I'm taking on a course or something. Like, they're just learning, so it's all about them, and I felt like I got that same vibe from Tim when I started with him. He just made it about looking after me.
Yeah, he's very accommodating.
Yeah.
It's like Tim's been burning so much as well, so that's another reason why our circle's so small. Like, I enjoy diving with people outside us, so I just don't get the chance, and even less now with life and what goes on.
You told me a good one on the phone. If you're diving with dickheads, you said, people that burn spots.
Yeah, well, there's just a method. You still dive with them, but yeah, I might just wear you out first before I go my spots.
I like this trick. All right, well, I'm conscious of time, and I did want to touch on a couple more things. Who's one of the coolest, or maybe the wildest people you've been spearfishing with?
Some guys that are very knowledgeable in the water, like crazy, switched on about the environment.
Yeah. Can you think of a specific example?
I can think of some absolute dickheads, like in terms of wildness.
Yeah, give us one of those, and then give us one where you've been like, inspired maybe.
I don't know, I'm trying to think. Nikki overheard your question. She just blurted out a guy who's incredibly switched on in the environment.
Yeah.
Ex-crate diver, ex-commercial crate diver, like wrestle crocs, like is that attuned to the environment, goes out and finds snakes and like just hunts all that stuff down.
Yeah.
A bit like the Manny Puig in Australia.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm going to get him on the show too.
Are you going to get Manny on?
Yeah, I think
That'd
so.
be an interesting chat.
Yeah.
So that is that like really attuned to the environment.
Mm.
And then there's other guys who I don't know a great deal about them personally, but incredibly switched on in terms of like guys like Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a weapon.
Tim's talked about him so much.
He's a weapon.
Yeah.
And I won't say any more about him because he teaches a course that I haven't done, but if I got a chance to, I would definitely consider it.
Yeah.
But like we've been out the back talking to his place and like instantly just what he's talking about is material that I can't give away.
Yeah.
So they're two guys that I know I've really switched on.
Have you always had a good sense of discretion with what you share and don't share with people?
I must have.
Yeah.
I must have, because it doesn't take long to learn when you give too much away.
Yeah, but that's how you learn though. Sometimes you give the wrong thing away and then you feel so bad about it that you decide you're never going to do it again. That's kind of how, that's wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah, wisdom, yeah, but
it doesn't come natural to everyone.
There's some people that like to promote themselves by
Seeming like,
giving it that wisdom away,
yeah.
seeming like they know what they're talking about.
Yep.
Which is a shame because then they crave that attention.
Mm.
And they're not the type of people I like to go diving. Yeah, wisdom, but you got guys like got that wisdom.
Yeah.
Got it. Experience, got it. But he's beyond that stage in life where he's giving back to spearfishing by mentoring younger spearos.
Yeah.
He will give, obviously getting to worlds is quite an opportunity, but you don't get there through not applying yourself.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I met him, and he obviously saw that I was very keen for that, so he started giving me information, things like that. I think when you get to a point in your career where you want to give back to the sport, some of those tips and tricks might go through the keeper.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You got to select what you share with select people.
Yeah.
3 quick questions. Who's the best person to go spearfishing with and why?
Seems pretty straightforward, eh?
Nikki?
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
When we get the chance to go together, it's fun. I do enjoy watching her in the water.
Yep.
Because she's really good to watch in the water. Not just her, but I like generally watching how the body language is in the water and stuff like that. But obviously it's Tim. But I've dived with a bunch of other guys. I haven't dived with either much or it might be the first time diving, and you can just tell there would be that connection.
Yeah.
So I dove with Ben Rushworth in the Pacifics. Weapon.
Yeah.
Great sport.
And a great bloke.
Yeah, and mature.
Yeah.
That whole sharing fairness mentality. We worked really well together. So I really enjoyed diving with Ben. Haven't done much with like Sam Dawson, Tom Matheson and that. I've done a little bit. And I got spoon fed, not gonna lie, got tour guided.
Nice.
But
It's good when it's on the other foot.
Yeah, they're that same mentality, you know.
Yeah.
Those guys over in the southwest, like Kane Ricky,
Yeah.
Phil, like all great guys, easy to hang around. Dave Schofield.
Yeah.
Same.
Legend.
Same.
Nice bloke.
Really enjoy that. And any of the crew that Nikki would have mentioned with her mail and stuff.
Yeah.
So like Lee Mitchell, Luke Pat, all those guys.
Dream fish. Top of your list. One species. Only those choose one.
Really? No. I've seen it, and I plan to try and shoot it.
Yeah.
It's probably Mary Sea Perch. Yeah, I think it's between 20 and 25 kilos. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'd like to go have another go at that.
All right. And can you describe what spearfishing means to you in one sentence?
I think it shapes who you are as a person. It teaches you, like, the sport's given me so much that eventually one day I'll start giving back. But yeah, it teaches you who you are as a person, what you can and can't tolerate as well. Like, you get put into all kinds of conditions.
Yeah.
Above and below the water, dealing with sharks,
Scary stuff.
and shit situations. But yeah, I think it teaches you who you are.
Oh, nice. I like that. Guys can come to noobspearo.com/whatbry, WATTBRY. I'm going to link up any fundraising efforts that we've got organised by the time this goes live.
Thank you.
And guys, get behind Bryson with his effort to try and do this World Cup. That would be absolutely amazing. There'll be some raffles and fun stuff happening on their socials. They're on Instagram if you go to whatbry__ I think.
Yeah, I think there's a double underscore.
Yeah. Go there, check that out, follow along with their journey. If you want to backtrack too, like their Instagram's cool. We didn't even talk about it today, but these guys toured all the way around Australia as a family, went spearing in heaps of different locations, explored some of the just amazing spots like the Kimberleys, like some of the
Kimberleys
stuff.
was sick.
Yeah. I did just want to give you one last chance. Was there anything that I missed asking you about today that you wanted to talk about?
Not really off the top of my mind.
Well, you'll be back, so there's no.
Yeah,
stress.
like Worlds will be sick. Well, I'm going to apply to the Australian team, but I've let the select staff very interested. But yeah, it should get selected there. Like that'll just be another feather in the cap in terms of a whole round of the experience with spearfishing.
We'll have to get you back on after.
Yeah,
and then we'll do the debrief from it as well.
I'll call it now. I would love to get top 20.
Yeah?
Like that would be.
That'd be
special.
sick. That'd be an
pretty
achievement.
special.
Because it's normally like 80 competitors. It's kind of a pretty
60.
60.
I think the
Okay.
cap's at 3 per country, 20 countries.
Okay.
But yeah, like if you Italian, Spanish,
Yeah,
Portuguese,
yeah.
there's 9.
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like then you got the Tahitians.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
there's 12.
the Kiwis have been competitive too. And there's
Look at Alex.
There's other good guys in Aussie now. And like there's so many.
Look at Alex for the female world.
Yeah. That was insane. Yeah.
Like, that was like holy smokes! Like just put us on the map.
Yeah.
Like we can actually shoot fish over here.
Yeah, that was good. Well, good. Well, Bryson, thanks for coming on the podcast. It's been an absolute honour, man. I'm not sure when this is going to go live because I do want to time it with your fundraising efforts.
Yeah.
But we'll have you on again with the debrief and probably again on at some stage in the future.
All right. Thanks so much.
Easy.
Hey guys, Bryson Sheehy for the win in Brazil. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. An absolute legend, great guy to meet, and I've really enjoyed getting to know him and his awkward romantic partner, Tim McDonald. To check out this journey, these guys have started to document and video a lot of like the decisions that they're making with regards to training, gear selection, everything, and they're even running a raffle to go diving with the pair of them, and they're former Australian Spearfishing Champion pair, and very cool guys. Great to dive with you. You'll learn a hell of a lot if you win this raffle. So check it out at teamdownunder.com, And go to Spearfishing Down Under YouTube channel if you want to watch the videos and stay abreast of Bryson's progress. Really cool guy. His wife Nikki's supporting hard as well, and there's a team of people helping this effort happen. It's definitely not a one-man band, and Bryson's very cognizant of that. And anyone that chips in, goes to teamdownunder.com, is also chipping in on helping him achieve his dream, which is to be seriously competitive in the World Spearfishing Champs over in Brazil. So check that out, teamdownunder.com. Again, as usual, massive thanks to the Patreon legends powering the Noob Spearo podcast along with our partners. Go to patreon.com/Noob You can put fuel in the Noob Spearo outboard on a month-by-month basis. It goes an absolute long way. We run pretty lean around here. But massive thanks to the team as well. Brandon, who edits every one of these episodes over in Cape Town, South Africa. We've got Livia behind the scenes doing a whole bunch of stuff for my wife, Crystal. This is keeping the wheels on the Noob Spearo, I've got to tell you. And thanks to you guys sharing the love, becoming patrons, sending me messages and telling your mates about the podcast. It all helps, absolutely. So cheers, guys. Shrek over and out for another week, and then I'll catch you back for another frothy episode. See you then. Hey guys, this episode brought to you by Astard Roller Pole Spears. Astard is a brand rooted in craftsmanship and tradition, inspired by the Japanese freedivers, the Ama. Check them out at astard.co. They have a roller pole spear that will make your head spin. I'll give you the hot tip. Check it out at astard.co. Use the code NoobSpearo. Have free shipping anywhere on the planet. You can't get any better than that. Go to astard.co. Check out their roller pole spear. You need one in your arsenal today. Check it out. Use the code NoobSpearo for free shipping anywhere in the world. Some days when you've maybe shot those 4 or 5 fish that you came for, might be time to pull out the pole spear, jump back in and rediscover that passion and learning that you had right at the start of your journey. This is one of the best tools for becoming a better hunter. Check it out, astard.co. Are you US based, looking for freediving, spearfishing gear? Neptonics is the best. Their online website's so easy to use. If you've got any questions, Jerry and the team answer questions via phone, email. Anyway, they've got an easy contact form on the site. These guys are absolute legends, and if they sell it, they believe in it, they back it, they use it themselves. It's tough gear that works. Visit neptonics.com. Use the code NOOB10 to save 10% on any order at neptonics.com. That's right, use the code NOOB10, N-O-O-B 10 on your next order. Save 10% at neptonics.com. Shop with the world's largest dive store, Adreno. Live it and breathe it with frothers just like you, in-store or online at adreno.com.au. Huge range of equipment, always growing, always changing. They are the world's largest dive store. They are available just about everywhere. They have hassle-free returns, massive range of equipment, price match guarantee, and you can check them out online. You can even use the code NoobSpearo to save $20 on every purchase over $200 at adreno.com.au.